baking powder, my oats, and my protein powder. Add in our wet ingredients and a little bit of soy milk, and then just combine all of that until it's nice and thick. This next step, you can really add whatever you like into this. I like blueberry banana bread, that's my favorite, but if you really like chocolate, you can add in chocolate chips, some powdered peanut butter for some extra protein, and a little bit of peanut butter flavor. Really just add in whatever you like to this. You could put in some almonds or chia seeds or some nuts. I have these little baking trays that are non-stick, and again, I have to use these because I don't have an oven, so I'm putting this into my air fryer, but feel free to use a normal loaf pan that you would use just for any kind of banana bread. We're just going to be putting that into our loaf pan. Make sure that they are non-stick. If they aren't, you might want to spray it with a tiny bit of olive oil just so it doesn't get super stuck. And then what I like to do is I like to put a little bit extra blueberries on top because when they cook, they look really cool and it just kind of gives it a nice decorative look. And then I also like to add some coconut flakes on top as well. Then we're just going to bake these for about 30 to 45 minutes. You're really going to have to watch these and do the toothpick method to make sure that it's coming out clear. Before you cut it, make sure that you let it cool completely. I just threw these in the fridge and then they released from the pan really easily, but it's super good on its own. I like to put some jam on it or maybe even a little bit of vegan butter. It's amazing. Next, we're going to be making tempeh bacon wraps. These have 398 calories each and 20 grams of protein, lots of fiber, lots of veggies, super, super delicious. If you guys have never made tempeh bacon, you gotta try it. I like to use this Light Life brand because it has minimal ingredients, it doesn't have any oil or anything, and what we're gonna do is just slice this as thinly as we can into little kind of like bacon slices. This is about how thin you want them to be. In a bowl, we're going to add in some tamari, which you can substitute soy sauce or coconut aminos if you want, a little bit of liquid smoke, some maple syrup, and then some garlic powder, and just whisk all of that together. And then we're just going to be putting our little tempeh strips in here and letting it marinate for a little bit. So what I did was I cooked this in a pan. I wouldn't recommend this unless you have a really, really good nonstick pan. I tried this in the air fryer after and it worked actually way better. So if you don't have a really good nonstick pan, I would highly recommend cooking this in your oven. For the wraps, I like to use these Ezekiel wraps, and the best thing to do with these as well is to get them a little bit warm before you try and roll them, because they do tend to be a little bit on the firmer side, and if you try to roll them after they were sitting in the refrigerator or just sitting out, they might be too hard and break on you. Then we're just going to put whatever veggies we like into a pan. I have some broccoli, some peppers, mushrooms, and some onions, and just let that saute in a little bit of coconut aminos until it's nice and tender. This feta cheese, you guys, oh my god, I'm obsessed with it. If you have this feta cheese in your area, I highly recommend trying it. You can skip the cheese in this recipe. You could put avocado on here, you could put some hummus on here, or you could use any other kind of vegan cheese that you like, and then just add in whatever kind of other veggies you had. So I just had some tomatoes that I added in there, put everything together, and just wrap that up nice and tight. And these are so good. Oh my god. I made 4 or 5 of these wraps in advance and just kept them in my fridge, and I would just grab them after the gym and eat them. So good. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up.